Yo, what's up, guys? Been a minute since I've done the FloCast. Bringing it back. Got Brandon Clark as my guest. I haven't seen him in person since I did the competition in Dallas, Texas. And we haven't really talked for too much. We've both been busy. I think Clark started working. Did you start working again?
Yeah, so I'm doing a bunch of different stuff right now. Currently, I am personal training at a local gym. I'm doing a lot of online coaching as well. And then I'm trying to work 40 hours a week at a job that I've worked at since I was in high school. I build trains. You probably remember me mentioning that somewhere along the line. But yeah, so I've been working that job. I've been staying super busy. YouTube has been seriously lacking lately. I just haven't really had the motivation. When you're in an off season and you're bulking, my motivation to make YouTube videos goes down so much. It's just crazy. I'm not motivated at all. Do you find the same thing?
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, I'll be looking in the mirror. I'm like, fuck, my face feels fat. I don't got the same veins anymore. Like, here's the thing. And I know a lot of us talk about it. When we're bulking and stuff like that, mentally it's a little frustrating because, we want to look shredded and look good all the time. As we start bulking, sometimes, the views aren't doing as good, depending on what kind of content we're pulling out there. People start thinking you're natty because you're bulking now because they're like, yo, bro, he's
I hate
natty.
that. It's the worst. So bad.
I swear. It's freaking hilarious. It's crazy, I found, especially, so, did you think my last cut was pretty crazy?
Yeah, no, you looked absolutely insane.
From where I started to where I got to, it was just like, the amount of TikToks, comments I used to get, right? Comments I used to get, people, you're big, you should probably cut and all this stuff, right? Or you're muscular, but you're not very aesthetic. Then as I started cutting, right? Like, cutting down through the weeks, everyone just started like, bro, what's your secret? How are you doing it? What's going on? And it's just like, I'm just eating less and training. I was trying to train as intense as I could, but I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't keep up my intensity for that long. The last month, it was horrendous. I mean, if I go back to when I was in Dallas, right? This whole year has been crazy, right? Let's talk about the beginning of the year. Like, how's the year been for you? Like, if we talk about from January to November, we met on TikTok, right? And we ended up moving together, living in Dallas for a couple months.
Dude, it's been a crazy last year just to think about everything that we've done in the past year. Yeah. And now we're coming up, almost on like a year anniversary of everything having, happened with the Swole House. And it almost feels like a dream. Like, it doesn't, I don't know. It's weird when I think back. I can't remember as much as I want to. There's so many like black spots almost in my memory of all the time that we spent there. And I definitely, like, I'm so glad to have, you and Jay still as friends, but I wish so bad that we could have, dude, I'll look back at our old stuff. I'll look back at our podcasts and it tears me up inside when people like send me DMs and they say, dude, like, you guys have to bring the podcast back. You have to make it happen again. It tears me up inside because I know that if we would have kept going, if we would have still been together in person, I know that our podcast would be like one of the most popular podcasts in all of like fitness. It would have popped off so hard. We would have been doing so good. And it's so hard for me to look back at that because there was such a big change. Like when we all decided to move back home versus like staying down there, there were two completely different paths that our lives could have went, and we're on one now, and it pains me to think about like what it could have looked like because everybody loved that stuff so much. And I go back and I watch it and I'm like, dang, dude, I wish we could do it again. We're gonna have to.
Yeah, the way I look at it is it just wasn't the right timing yet. I obviously like the fact that we all got there and we all kind of got to meet each other. And yeah, the podcast to me was, it was dope. We got to chat a lot, talk about different topics. We had Alan on it and other, subjects within the podcast. But like I say, I remember talking to you about it, Clark, when we all kind of separated. I kept telling you that, it's a different path. It doesn't mean that we can't get to the same goal in a different way. And honestly, when I got back, I felt like it was weird. Like my social media started growing more and other things started popping off more, which I found kind of interesting because I kind of found a little bit, you know, even though we're all together and I love that, I feel like sometimes we may have bottlenecked our content because all of us were at the same spot in the same area, which is dope. Don't get me wrong, but you know, like if someone watches my TikTok, they kind of like you're in my TikToks and we're in each other's TikToks and we're always in there. I feel like YouTube was probably like a better channel for like instead of doing like the TikToks or whatever. You know, that's where we were trying to aim for. But when it came to like other avenues, I did think that a lot of our content kind of like crisscrossed with each other.
No, I 100% agree with that. YouTube would have definitely been the avenue to go down, but I totally understand where you're coming from too, because when you start getting shredded, when you start getting peeled, you know, for whatever, if you're cutting for a competition or for the summer, it literally becomes a drug. Like every time you look at your phone and you see the amount of likes that you're getting, you see the amount of views that you're getting on TikTok, all of these different things that are popping off when you're getting lean, you automatically attach that to, you know, like being in a caloric deficit and punishing yourself via restricting food. So as soon as you reverse and you start bulking, it gets tough. It's like you're going through withdrawals, and that's where I'm at right now. My workouts right now are the best I've ever had. Like I'm training longer, more intense, and it like best workouts of my entire life, but I still feel so unaccomplished almost. Yeah, I feel so unaccomplished because I don't look the best that I've ever looked.
Here's the thing though, I correlate towards this. When you're eating strictly, you feel like you're more on point because you're forcing yourself to stay on a certain diet and you feel more disciplined. When you're working out and eating kind of wherever the fuck you want, you feel great, but then you're kind of like, you know, you lack. To me, it feels like I don't have that food discipline, which a lot of that discipline with food, it makes me like feel, it's weird, it's kind of fucked up, but it makes me feel like stronger at the gym for some reason. If I can say no to like the food that I obviously want, right, and I can say no to it, and you know, I know, again, keep in mind, let's just say it's food that I'm already in my protein intake is good and all that good stuff, right? I'm not like overindulging in bad food, but like if I can like stop myself from overindulging in food, a lot of the aspect for me is mental because I feel like I've done something a little bit tougher, and it correlates towards the fit. I mean, the aesthetics. You feel leaner and you look good.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I bulked the last year. You know, I was about. You know, I started TikTok when the gyms closed in California, right? So a majority of my gains I made were like muscle memory gains. I was gaining everything back. I wouldn't say until I would say probably September of last year is when I started to gain muscle back.
Interesting.
Like
Additional muscle.
Yeah. Additional muscle. Because I started training like a bodybuilder like less than a year ago. Like actually training like a bodybuilder. Meaning that I was staying on point. I had a lot of times where I would work out and kind of chill and skip legs and shit.
you dirty boy.
Skip legs and shit. But yeah, I gotta say that I think one of the aspects that gets overlooked when you're cutting is the aspect of the mentalness it takes when you're again, the mental aspect of saying no to food correlates towards your physique looking a little bit better, and it gets a little bit addicting. And once you start eating that food that you know is gonna prevent you from looking shredded, it fucks with you mentally because you know it's not sustainable to be 8% body fat. Some people it is 7, 10, 12, whatever. You know, it depends on your genetics, right? You know it's not sustainable for muscle growth. And some people get stuck on that never-ending cycle. And that used to be me. I used to be afraid to bulk because I'd be like, fuck, man, I'm going to get fat. I'm going to just stay lean and, main gain or lean gain, whatever the fuck it is. And I didn't grow until I did a proper bulk. I went from 162 to 190.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking bulked. I got thick. How much did you weigh, Clark? What was it, Brandon? 205?
Are you saying when I got fat at the Soul House?
Yeah, what was the heaviest?
I think I was waking up at like 205, 207. So
okay, so Brandon's like 6 inches, 7 inches taller than me, bro. He was only like 10 pounds. He was only like 10 pounds heavier.
Yeah,
keep that in mind.
No, it's crazy. Yeah, no, it was crazy. I honestly wish one of the biggest things that I wish is that I could have seen that transformation like undergo in first person. Like I wish that we could have all been together while you and Jay and me were all prepping and stuff like that. I think that would have been a super interesting thing to have all of us, and you guys were suffering towards the end. Like you guys were definitely suffering.
I felt so bad, Brandon, because when I got there I felt like I peaked about 3 weeks earlier than I should
Yeah,
have.
that sounds about right.
And I was suffering when I got there. Like I wasn't the me that was smiling and happy, and I knew it.
Well, you were literally you were on your deathbed. Yeah, you were on your deathbed, bro.
It bothered me because I mean, even Brandon knows when I was there. I think we got there 2 weeks before my show. Was
about
it?
a week and a half. Yeah,
week and a half before my show. And when I got there, I was already like mentally, you know, I haven't really talked about this too much, but like 2 weeks before, like let's just say the last month of my cut, or 3 weeks before show day, I was waking up with night sweats. I was going to sleep with my stomach hurting and feeling a lot of like discomfort. And I would try a refeed day, but then again, like I'm self-coaching everything. So a lot of this had to do with my confidence. If I overate, then I would like definitely be like, I fucked myself. I'm gonna look like shit on show day. All these other negative aspects come into play. And again, when you're stressed out and you step on show, it does play a fucking role, because the more stressed you are, the more inflamed you can look, right? So you want to try to stay as as not stressed out as possible. And I was fucking stressed out.
Yeah.
I mean, I would literally say, Brandon, I woke up at night one time like just sweating. I was sweating. I wasn't sick or anything. I was just so fucking hungry, and I thought I was just gonna eat and pig out and say, fuck, I'm gonna cheat on my diet. Because something I've always struggled with has been a strict diet. I know that's always been one of my weak points. And for this cut, because I knew I was going in as a natural, I wanted to be the leanest I can be. I can't be the biggest, but I could try to be the leanest. That was the goal I had in mind. And I got pretty lean pretty quick, right? And when I was at the Swole House, all I did was like, I was like in my room all day. I was kind of antisocial because it was hard for me to talk to people. People don't realize that you sacrifice a lot to get to that leanness and that strength. Also, depending on your, the way you are. For me, it was hard for me to talk to people. Sometimes I'll be talking to someone, and I literally just like, I can't talk. Like, it just hurt.
No,
I
get it. I get it, dude.
I had pain, man. I feel like I wanted to cry.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, bro.
And you,
like, this is just.
Oh, sorry. Didn't you have plans after you finished your show in Texas? You had like plans to compete in another competition, right?
Yeah, I was going to compete in a show, and I was in California, actually. I was going to compete in a show in California. It was going to be a natural show. That means that they test you and all that stuff, right? Just to do it, right? To see what I can do. Because, so for the NPC show, I qualified for nationals with both divisions, physique and
classic.
Classic, right? Yeah. But I'm not going to go, I'm not going to go to nationals if I can't place first, right? There's no fucking point. I'm going to get destroyed. So I wanted to do a natural show, and when I got home, there's a lot of these people don't tell you. For me, exactly, when I got home, I couldn't stop eating. I kept eating and eating, and it was just a big problem. And I stopped it, right? And I started eating healthy. And one of the aspects that was bothering me when I was going to my show, about like 2 weeks to 3 weeks before my show, I started noticing I wasn't shitting a lot anymore.
Ooh.
Like I would go 5 days without taking a shit, and I was like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
And I wasn't shitting. My feet would hurt when I was like when I was trying to take a dump. My feet would go numb, and I was confused, and I was looking it up, figuring out what was going on. I assume it had to do with how lean I was and my blood pressure or something like that.
I heard, this is pretty interesting, but I actually heard that people who get to that lean of a body fat percentage, they'll actually be like half an inch shorter because you lose a ton of fat in your feet. And that's why your feet actually start hurting a lot towards the last couple weeks of prep. It's because you get so lean, you lose a lot of the fat in your feet. And so you get shorter and it gets super painful, which is bizarre. I learned that recently.
Yeah, it's the feet and the top of your head because that's where you hold a little bit of fat.
Interesting,
apparently.
huh?
So when you get like super shredded, you get short.
That's
the comment section is, bro, don't go sub 6%. You're gonna get short.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, man, people don't know like. I feel like, how did you handle your cut, Brandon?
So mine was pretty much not even a cut. It was more of a crash diet for my last competition because I got back home and I had about 5 to 6 weeks to prepare because I decided, I wanted to get my mind off of like moving back and I wanted to like set set new goals for myself. So I pretty much decided that I wanted to compete at a local show that was about 5 or 6 weeks out, and I had a lot of weight to cut. And so I just started cutting super hard. I was eating about 2,500 calories a day, and my maintenance at the time was about 3,600. I think that was my maintenance. My maintenance was really high, but I was losing around like 2 to 3 pounds a week for a solid 5 weeks. And it was not a good idea. I think I lost some muscle mass for sure. And I stepped on stage really not knowing what I was doing. I did okay in the divisions that I was in. I got first in my novice class.
First?
Yeah, my novice classes in classic physique and men's physique. But this year we're going to take it nice and slow. I'm competing at the same exact competition as last time, but this time I'm going to go in the open divisions for classic and men's physique and see if I can qualify for nationals for either of those. If I qualify, big if, then I might consider going. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm kind of like you. I'm not too interested in competing at nationals if I know that I'm just going to do terrible. You know, if Jay's competing at nationals in classic physique and he's not getting, first call outs, then there's absolutely no point for me to do it. So
You're still young, man. What are you? You're 21, 22?
yeah, I actually just
21,
turned
right?
21. Yeah, super fun.
Boy can drink.
Yeah. So okay. So that's the other funny thing is I just recently turned 21 and I can't even drink. It's such a bummer because I started Accutane, which is like a very potent acne drug. It's basically high dose vitamin A that your dermatologist will prescribe you, and it's just for acne. It's supposed to like completely inhibit your body's ability to produce oil underneath the skin, and so
dries you up, right?
Yeah, yep. So I've been taking that for about almost 2 months now, about a month and a half, and right now it's making me break out like crazy. My acne is so much worse because it basically it pushes all the oil out of your skin for the first couple months that you take it. You're gonna have really bad acne. Hopefully in the end I will not have any acne in a couple months, but until then I cannot drink until I go off this because it takes a very big toll on your liver. So I had a friend, and this is different for everybody, and this was one of my friends that was taking Accutane. He took like 2 shots and he ended up getting like blackout drunk. And it's different for everybody. It's not going to happen to everybody, but this happened to him, and it's just like your liver's already functioning at 110%. So as soon as you introduce alcohol into the mix, it's like it just doesn't know what to do with it, if that makes sense.
It must be tough then, right? Because we do social media and all that stuff that shows our faces and our physiques and stuff, especially with acne. I'm pretty sure we have a lot of younger kids that watch us that suffer with acne. What is your advice to them, Brandon?
Oh yeah, dude. I've struggled with this since I was like 14 years old. It's really, really tough. I used to not want to go out in public, and even lately I've had some breakouts where I don't even want to get out of the bed in the morning because it's so bad.
Bro.
Like I don't want to go out in public. I don't want girls to see me. I don't want anybody to see me. I just want to stay inside, and it's just. You have to be confident, and the second that you're out in front of people and you're insecure about something, that insecurity shows. And so it's like what I've figured out is the biggest thing that you can do, the only thing that you can really do if you have really bad acne is like own that shit. And it sounds bad, but you gotta act like you've got a clear face, and you just gotta get out there. You gotta put yourself out there. You gotta approach people, and you just can't care what other people think. And if you are able to do that, people aren't going to notice it as much. People aren't going to think that you're insecure about it. And that is the biggest problem, is when you show that insecurity. So yeah, I definitely recommend going to see a dermatologist earlier than I did, and getting it checked out if it is really bad. But it's a big insecurity that I've struggled with for a really, really long time, and hopefully it's gonna get better.
You look good. You're so handsome,
Thanks,
Brandon. You're so
bro.
handsome.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I
I hate filming with my 4K camera because it just shows like every pimple. I'm like, God damn it.
I feel that. I didn't have acne too bad in high school. I would say that I would have a breakout every like 2 months. I would be every 2 months I would just have like 5 or 3 pimples right in my forehead. I was like, God damn. Sometimes it's weird when someone has like kind of a decent, like a clear face and they just have a big nugget on their forehead. It's just like
it was it was the D-ball, bro.
Not yet. Speaking of girls, Brandon, how's the ladies over there in Montana?
Yeah, so that's actually a good question. I was very, very single for the past while, but just recently I actually I started.
What?
Yeah,
What?
I started
Brandon?
going out with a girl. Yeah, yep. I found me a good Christian girl. I'm not sure. The thing is, I haven't
a real Christian girl, or
a real
girl?
good Christian girl. But
no sinners.
No.
Hey, those Christian girls be wild.
Yeah, no. This is definitely a good one for sure.
I heard. Have you ever heard? So have you ever heard of something called? What is it called? So I'll explain it to you. So, damn it, I don't know what it's called, but apparently it's probably with Christian people or like religious people because they can't have intercourse.
Yeah,
right? So
Durfing.
basically, they will. Yeah, wait, explain it. Explain it to me. I think that's what it is.
So pretty much what Durfing is, it was actually, I believe it was coined by the Mormons down in the state of Utah, probably. But it's pretty much when you can't have sex, you basically have sex, but you have to leave your clothes on. And so there's no putting anything over the pants. It's just like denim on denim, cloth on cloth action. So
that's like dry humping.
it's exactly what that is.
Yeah, I feel like that was like when I was a teenager. But okay, there's this thing called. So basically, the girl and guy, right? They have intercourse. The guy penetrates, but he can't be stroking. So you get a good homie, right? And he goes on the bed and jumps up and down the bed and causes the bed to move. So you're not causing the thrusting action. Your homie's causing it. Yeah, I forget what that's called.
It's called docking, I think, right? Docking?
I don't know.
Because you dock your ship in the port, and then you're not allowed to sail. You have to dock it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you get a friend who jumps on the bed up and down.
That is so funny, man.
How long have you been talking to this mystery
So
Christian
I've been
girl?
talking to her for a while. I think we've officially been dating now for about 6 weeks. Yeah, I haven't posted anything about it. Just because she's not on social media at all. And
does she lift?
She does. So here's the deal. Okay.
She's powerlifter?
Okay, so here I need to be careful because hopefully she doesn't watch this or anything. But she's actually a teacher, an elementary teacher at the high school that I graduated from. So she's a little bit older than I am, and she's working at that school, and I'm also working at that school as a strength training teacher, and that's how we met. And the crazy thing is that she has competed in the exact same bodybuilding competition that I have. And I met her working at this school, and we competed 2 hours away in a different city in Montana, and we happened to have done the same bodybuilding show, and she did bikini. So I was like,
it's a small world. That's
seriously.
crazy.
I knew as soon as I figured that out, I'm like, yeah, I've got to ask her out. I've got to ask her out.
You shot your shot?
Oh yeah. Yes, sir. It was good. It was solid.
What do you think about all the TikTok relationships? Seems like they're all failing or some shit.
Yeah, dude, there's a bunch of stuff going on right now. I haven't been keeping up too much. I know Justice broke up with his girl, and she freaking
Did you see what she did?
Yeah, dude,
Jesus
she outed him pretty hard. He posted a video calling her a liar and everything like that. I'll be honest on here. I find it hard to disbelieve her or discredit her, but I don't know. I mean, girls can be crazy sometimes, but when they're that specific about your cycle,
girls can be fucking crazy. But
yeah, I don't know.
See, I don't know. I can't say anything. I don't know. I know he's getting fucking strong.
Dude, I can't. I honestly don't know either. Like, when she first put that thing up, I was like, oh my gosh, she's definitely telling the truth. And then he put out his video, and I was like, maybe she is capping. And now I just don't really know. I honestly have no idea. I mean, those guys are so strong. It's like, I would have no problem believing that they're on something, but I mean, who knows?
I mean, it's not like anyone actually fucking cares. Like, if you're on something, whatever,
yeah.
Right? You know, unless you're like, I think the ones that are like fucking crazy is like when you see a Michael Trent and shit talking about he's natty and like all these goofy motherfuckers. Like, bro, come on. At that point, it's kind of comical, I guess. To a certain degree.
Definitely a lot of memes come out of that.
So, who are the fake natties, Brandon?
I probably, you know what? I'll talk about exposing all the fake natties all the time, but then once I come on here, I'm like, nah, I don't really want to. I don't want to get those DMs, but I'm sure we can all think of a couple. To be honest with you, I think as time has gone on, I've discovered a couple more as well. You know, just as you start to get to know people in the industry, you'll find out like, you know this guy and that guy knows this guy. You know what? You know what's weird though? See, the thing is, you can't really believe a lot of it because there are probably a lot of people that know me that have said, like, told other people, yo, Brandon is on steroids. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brandon is a natural. Yeah. So
he's on SARMs. He's a SARMs
honestly, I could have 23 nanogram per deciliter test levels or something like that.
God damn, man.
I got a question for you. It's about your tattoo. You got that like right after your show, right?
Just about.
Did you have it planned out for quite a while before that? I know you kept last time I saw you kept talking about how you desperately wanted a neck tattoo.
Yeah, I wanted a neck tattoo. Why? Because I always just thought neck tattoos are dope. You know, art. I like art. If you guys don't know, I'm blasted on my arm, my leg. I'm pretty tatted up to a certain point, but I've always liked a neck piece. It just sticks out a little bit more, and I feel like it's a, I don't know. To me, the Sharingan means a lot to me personally. You know, to other people, it's probably goofy or weird, but I feel like every tattoo art itself is very subjective to the person. But you know what? I planned it actually for like a year or two. I wanted it, right? But I never got it. I didn't have the courage to get it. You know, part of me thought, I was like, fuck, I'll probably look scary. Motherfucker has a neck tattoo. But then, like, in California, they're a lot more common than like any other places, like probably Montana.
I bet.
Not as common. In California, like, you know, I'll be at the gym and I see like a couple of people with neck pieces, right? And I'm always been jealous. Like, fuck, I want one. But I felt like I cared what other people think too much. And then the part of me was like, man, fuck that. Like,
yeah.
Again, you know, neck. I'm probably not going to be a doctor. I never wanted to be a doctor, but like I've seen doctors tatted up and shit like that. So it just depends what your life choice or goals. But majority of people are tatted up now. But yeah, I feel like this is a big statement. You know, when so I have a girlfriend now.
Yeah,
right,
dude, let's talk about that.
Her.
We haven't talked about that at all.
So when I told her I was getting a neck piece, and all she did was like, "Shit, that's cool," but like. I got it, and she was like, "Get damn." She said that it can make me look intimidating.
Oh, for sure. Well, you already look like super intimidating, so I think you very much do. Especially when you start to get lean and you have like the death face. You get the jaw. Yeah, no, that's like super intimidating for sure.
Yeah, I get such a fucking god complex when I get diced. I'm just like. I just pay attention to myself. I don't give a fuck about anyone, I swear. Dude, Brandon, when I was getting diced, I would have randoms come up to me in the gym. Just start asking me, like, bro, how do you look like that? And, like, keep in mind, I'm dying in between my sets. I was fucking done. Like, I basically did squats with some guys touching my shoulder. I'm like, what the fuck? He's talking to me, so I had to take my headset off. He's like, bro, how do you look like that? I'm like, that's pretty rude, right? Like, I've never gone up to anyone and hit their shoulder hard and, like, ask them what they look like. I don't know, it's weird, but when I was diced, I would get, like, crazy fucking questions asked by people, dude. And, like, I had this one guy trying to tell me, he was trying to say that, he was trying to get me to say I wasn't natural, which was fucking funny.
That's hilarious.
Dancing around the subject, which is funny, but feeds into my God complex when I get shredded, bro. Like,
did your girlfriend see you with your God complex, or has she even seen you with your God complex yet? I guess you guys met after you had sort of rebounded after your show.
Yeah, so people that follow me, right? I'm pretty sure they know, people that have been following for a long time. So I had a girlfriend, right, going to the Swole House, long time girlfriend for a number of years, right? And this might have played a big factor during my cut, but like a week after my birthday in April, she broke up with me, right? And that's when I was doing my cut. So this is a long time girlfriend, broke up with me through a text message and just like ghosted me, blocked me on everything, right? So I was very in game zone mode, right? So I just kind of like, I just put my head down and kept working out and went tunnel vision, right? And I'm going to say, I wanted to make sure, because anyone could have, again, I wouldn't say a lesser person, but that can fuck someone up, especially when on their prep and something like that happens. Sometimes it might make you like depressed, sad, not want to train, other aspects like that, depending on how you kind of correlate with different emotions, right? Especially with that, that was like, I'm going to get a little bit deep here, but that was the person I talked to, right? About my, stuff I was struggling and like the things I was going through, that person that you vent to. And I didn't have that person anymore. So I kind of just kept to myself and kept training, right? And I might have overtrained a couple of times because all I had was training, right? So I just put my head down, started training, just trained my ass off. Then this led me to just train. I talked to no girls or anything. When I was the most shredded and most nice I've ever was, bro, I didn't talk to any girls or anyone, even though I was single.
Yeah, you don't have a sex drive.
Bro, yeah, I didn't. I don't.
You could have done it, but it's definitely, it's not top of the food chain anymore. Not top priority.
Too much work. But yeah, when I was diced up, right? So I competed, did my show, right? All that good stuff. Then got home. Then I started talking to my girlfriend, Liz. She wasn't my girlfriend at the time. She actually DM'd me like a while ago, and I was talking to her during my prep. So it was kind of like off and on talking, right? Then after my show, so again, when I was competing, I was kind of talking, but not really, because I was just like so super driven to do my show. And after my show, I started talking to her a little bit more. And this goes to my body dysmorphia. So I started gaining weight, and I started feeling fat, and I was like, fuck, man, I don't even want to talk to girls right now. I feel like a fat fuck. But when I was shredded, I didn't want to talk to them because I was too focused on getting shredded.
Yeah, there you go. It's the perfect storm.
Yeah, so we ended up talking, and so she slid in my DMs basically, right? And she was talking a lot. Then I was talking to her a lot. Then she told me that, come through or whatever, and I was trying to catch her on her bullshit. I was like, all right, I'll book my flight.
Wait, book your flight? Where was she?
She lives in Texas.
Wait, she lives in Texas?
Yeah, she lives in San
Still?
Antonio.
Oh, I had no idea. I thought she was out in LA with you.
Nah, she lives in I was visiting her. I'm gonna visit her again in November 30th.
Oh, that's sick. Dang. I assume you're gonna be down there December 11th, I think they just said. Are you gonna be down there?
If Nick flies me there and flies me back, yes. Because that's all.
Sweet. Awesome. Yeah,
definitely. Because I'm flying to I'm gonna be in San Antonio, and if he can fly me there and back, then yeah. I mean, dude, this is crazy, right? So it was Nick's birthday a couple of weeks ago, right? It was like last month, right? I was at my girl's place, right? So I'm in San Antonio, and Nick's telling me about the party, and it's like in a couple of days, and I told Nick, I was like, yeah, I'll come through, but can my girl come? Can you get us a room? And he books us a room at the Hilton by the Rise gym for like 2 days, right? And me and Liz go over there, and like, dude, the whole weekend was like fucking dope.
Dude, you guys looked like you had an amazing time. I saw that video of Chase that night. Bro, he literally, like, somebody's videoing him. They say that he like pissed his pants because he has this big freaking, and he is literally, bro, his eyes are like all the way in the back of his head, and he's laying back, and I'm like, what is going on? Apparently he said he didn't piss his pants. I don't know what happened, but they got turned.
Someone pissed on him.
No. That's even
Dude,
worse.
I love Chase. I love
That's
Chase.
so
Chase is a fun
funny, dude.
motherfucker.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, man, it's crazy. So my girlfriend Liz, this is the first time I've dated anyone or been with anyone that actually works out. So it's a totally different experience because my last girl, I knew her since high school, right? So we've been like for like, you know, the high school relationship for a long time and shit, right? So she wasn't really into working out, but with my girlfriend Liz, it's the first time I've been with someone that works out. And like speaking of that, I've definitely realized that I probably, you know, I needed someone that shares a lot of things with me, especially like working out, especially like it's a big role in my life, which I didn't think it had to be. I thought if they just supported me, it can like be enough. But I've definitely come to a realization that, you know, when you find a partner, you know, you definitely want to share a lot of things together, especially the things that correlate with who you are to a certain degree. Especially for me, working out is like a lot of discipline and my effort and like my endeavors to try to grow in that aspect of that type of industry.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely a game changer to have someone else who's into fitness.
Yeah, dude, especially like my ex was kind of supportive, but not really. But I mean, there were times where I would be sore and I would get like kind of like nagged on for limping while I was walking. I was like, bro, I just had a leg day. Chill the fuck out. Why are you walking so
I know.
fast?
If anything, you should be like massaging me.
Dude, that's the best. If you get a girl like it, I love when my girlfriend massages me, bro. It's like it's like the best, bro. It makes me feel so happy.
Dude, there you go. Yep, that's paradise right there.
Yeah. But yeah, man. We went to Liz. I mean, we went to Nick's birthday party. It was pretty lit. Met the guys, and I was disappointed that you weren't there. Actually, I was like, "Where the fuck's Brendan?"
Dude, so that exact weekend was the first. So I had bailed on taking this girl out on a date, and that was the first weekend that I told her, I said, I will not bail. I'm like, I'm going to take you out this weekend.
Why did you bail? What happened?
It just didn't work out. Like, I ended up being super busy the past times that I had booked it. And so I was like, okay, like, I'm doing it. I think I bailed once, and then like she bailed another time. And I was like, okay, we gotta like make this happen. And so had to do it, dude. Had to be done to secure the bag. Had to stay home and take one for the team. I'm bummed I missed it though.
Was it worth it?
It was worth it. Yeah, it's turned out really well so far. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Is this the first time you've dated an older girl?
This is the first time. I think so. Yeah, I mean, substantially, like, you know, like older for sure. I usually don't fluctuate more than like a year older or a year younger. So, yeah, this is definitely changing things up a little bit.
Got you, dude. So Liz is 22. So I'm 5
You're
years
robbing
older.
the cradle, Flores.
Bro, that's what I was saying too, because like usually like I've had girls who DM me and they're usually younger, right? And I'm kind of like, I'm like,
Yo,
but then like when I get girls that DM me my age, they have a kid or 2 kids. I'm like, bro, I ain't fucking with that.
okay, dude, look at this. This is how messed up our world is, bro. I just want to show you guys this. This is crazy. If you are watching this and you are a teenager that is like 13 years old, please do not send this type of stuff to me. Like, I don't want this stuff. I received this DM today, and I get these types of DMs all the time, but this one was just like especially this girl. She says, "Yo, I am 13 years old. Can you please rate my physique?" And then she sends me physique pictures. She's 13 years old. And I'm like, no, please don't send me these pictures. Don't ask me to rate your physique. You are probably fine. You are 13. Go,
Bro.
Go have fun and play with your friends. Don't ask me for physique ratings.
See, dude, I've gotten kids like send me pictures of their nipples. Like, bro, is this guy know? I'm like, what the fuck?
I know, dude. It's so funny. The whole like rate my physique or has just spawned like all of these different it's opened up. People have become more open to asking influencers just completely out of pocket questions. And you're just like, you should not be asking me that, dude. Like, you need to go talk with your doctor or your therapist or somebody else, because I cannot answer that question for you. I can't do it.
We're like, Brandon, can you rate my stroke
Dude,
game?
Dude, okay. I texted, you know how Alan hates it. Alan, he absolutely hates it when you ask him to rate your physique. And he posted on his story the other day. he said working to get like my best physique. And I swiped up on it and I responded. I said, "That's cool, dude, but can you rate my physique?" And he responded and he said, 10 out of 10. Now show me that cock. Dude, I was dying. He is so funny. He is so freaking funny.
Speaking of Alan, dude, he came down to the.
Did he get lit
last time? He didn't drink as much as me, dude. I got.
Oh, you got hammered?
Bro, I got so hammered. Alan was like, so Alan's like the only one that actually calls him by Jesus, right? He's like, Jesus, I've never seen you this drunk before. I was like, bro, you've only seen me twice.
That's so funny,
dude. I kept dropping shit and like I was still coherent what was going on, because last time Alan was the one I was carrying on my shoulders and like taking care of him. This time Alan was like he escorted me and Liz to like back to the hotel room.
Oh, that's hilarious! Damn, proper lad, that Alan.
He's a very nice lad.
That's so funny. My goodness. All right, well, my phone's getting buzzed. I probably gotta head out. I've got a bunch of buddies. I don't know what's going on. My friends got in a bar fight last night and I wasn't there for it. And they got messed up. Like, they got messed up, dude. Like, one of them, their noses is like this. And they went to the ER last night. The other dude got like he had like a huge hole right here. He got like 5 stitches in it. Dude, they got beat up. It was bad.
They fight Mike Tyson?
I don't know. What's so funny is I'm trying to talk to them and figure out what happened. They can't remember anything. So, oh well.
All right, Brandon, pleasure talking to you. Make sure you use code Flores for raw gear and rice. Same thing for Brandon. We're both sponsored by the same supplements and same clothing brand. So make sure you show support and subscribe to his YouTube channel and stay sexy,
seriously. Thanks for watching.